Good morning. I'm over at our neighbor Walt and Jill's beautiful deck out on the creek. It's absolutely beautiful this morning. Happy Sunday to you. Today I was thinking about, I love the 7 I am statements in the book of John. 7 is the number of completion or wholeness. And he uses 7 I am statements in the book of John. This is one. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. That's what he does. He brings form to the formless. He brings light into darkness. And I love how Jesus teaches, because the way that he teaches, he doesn't say, do this and do that. He says, follow me. Follow my ways. And I think that that's where we struggle a lot of times, is that if we do, think about that we are dead in our sins and our trespasses, in darkness. And then because of his great mercy and his love and his grace, he brings us to life. He brings light to our life. We're in darkness, living a life centered in self, and he illuminates the beauty that's all around us, so we see things in a totally new way. Our lenses change, right? Think about that we are a new creation. The old is dead, the new has come. It's beautiful. It's a totally new way of living. So if you have been living a life that's rooted and grounded in self, his desire is for you to be rooted and grounded in his love, which changes everything. You've been living your life as an orphan apart from the love of God, because that's our human condition because of the fall. But at any time, come to me all who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest for your soul. That thing that you've been searching for and striving for out there can never satisfy you fully. Only in him can you be satisfied. That longing to come home. I always think of coming home in the prodigal story of the 2 sons, that one was trying to get their identity and their fullness out of their good works and the goodness of they did apart from the father. He was just as lost, or even more so, than the son that went off and spent all of his inheritance on wild living, prostitutes and wild living. Both were lost because they were not in relationship with a loving father. The father's always there wanting his sons to come home and be with him. It's a perfect illustration of God's beautiful love for his children. But his children have to make the decision to come home and be with him. Now all of a sudden your life is completely new, right? You don't have that insecurity and fears and all that stuff. That's why he says the perfect love casts out all fear. It's a perfect love of God that does. Not in our own strength or in our own will. It's a submission of our will back to a loving Father that changes everything about your life. He is the anchor, not you. Incorporating him in does not work. It's because that is still about you. It's about submitting your life to a loving Father. And then being in the light, living your life in the light, and understanding the beauty that's all around you, like this beautiful deck and the creek and everything. It changed my eyes 7.5 years ago, and I've never been looking through these lenses like this ever before. It's a beautiful place to be. I see the created value in people instead of, searching and striving for love and acceptance from them. I see the value in them. I'm not created to need love. I'm created to become love, because I'm following him, and that's who he is, because God is love. So today, come to the light. Come from death to life if you're struggling. If you're struggling in anything, come to him, and he will give you rest. God bless y'all.